This week's project is a beginner woodworking project that any woodworker can do. And the star of that project is going to be our drill press. Now, my drill press has definitely seen some better days. It's literally falling apart in many locations. So my friends over at Vevor have sent me out a new drill press. So let's go ahead and get that set up and start our project.
First things first, we need to go ahead and get rid of this old Ryobi drill press, which means taking off the parts that are falling apart and moving it away. Now it's time to unbox the Vevor. The drill press comes disassembled, so you'll need to go ahead and assemble all the pieces. First by taking them out of the foam packing that they come in, and then unboxing everything and going through the instructions. And yes, I am an instructions guy, so I will make sure that I'm reading that before I assemble the pieces. The drill press is, for this price point, which retails around $250, is really well made. I was surprised how well it was packaged. Everything is covered in plastic or foam, and it was very easy to assemble. It's mainly just a couple of screws, put everything in their place, and then tighten their locking bolts. My last drill press was an 8-inch drill press, and this one's 12, so it does sit a lot higher on the desktop, which I really like. Being 6'2", I like having a nice tall tool right there at my eye level.
Okay, she's all set up. Let's go ahead and plug her in for the first time. Ooh, LED lights. The other one was incandescent bulb, if that tells you how old it was. All right. Oh, it's got a laser level too, or a laser spot, which definitely doesn't look like it's in the right spot. So I bet you there's a way to, oh yep, I see them. There's little adjustment knobs, so we'll have to adjust that. Okay. Cool, I've never had a variable one before, so that's pretty neat.
Aligning the Laser X is really simple. All I had to do was unscrew the Titan screws, go ahead and turn each one so that they line up with each other and create the X right where the bit hits the wood.
Now that the drill press is all set up, let me go ahead and run you through some of the specs and then we'll start our project.
This is the 5-amp 120-volt variable speed cast iron drill press from Vevor. Thank you, Vevor, for sending me this drill press to do the review and to use in my shop. The bed is cast iron, and you use the extension arm by loosening the wing nuts and then retightening them down below. Underneath the bed is the swivel lock along with the nut that you loosen to be able to tilt the bed. I'm not really a fan of this location as I feel it's a little cumbersome to get to. Moving up to the drill press, the chuck is a standard Jacobs chuck that's 3 to 16 millimeter. On the main control surface are the lights for the LED light and the laser level, and then you have the power switch for the whole unit itself. Next is your standard power button, and the unit does get up to speed really quickly. Your variable speed arm is on the side, and also on the side is the height lock for the arm. I wish it was a little bit more fine-tuned, but at this price point it's really well done. On the other side we find the standard tri-arm with a really good spring back motion. Going up to the top of the unit, if we open up the top, you'll see that it is belt driven between the two main drive shafts. Okay, now we know what tool we're going to be using. Let's go ahead and start our project this week. This week's projects are bud vases or propagation stations. This is a great beginner project that I think every woodworker should do, as you use a bunch of different tools and get a bunch of different experience in different techniques. I'm starting with a piece of redwood from California. This is old growth that was salvaged during the California fires last year. So first I'm going to cut this up on the chop saw. I'm going to cut these at 3 inches thick by the width that the board is, and then I'll square up the ends of the board because it's live edge on both sides. Now it's on over to the Vevor, where I'll go ahead and put in a 1/2-inch Forstner bit into the Jacobs chuck and tighten it down. Off camera, I marked my pieces of where I'm going to put the glass tubes. I'll go ahead and turn on the drill press and get it up to speed and drill out my holes for the tubes. Each hole is going to go down about 2 inches into the piece of wood. My last drill press was so slow that it was difficult to cut out anything. This is going so fast that it is just cutting like butter into these pieces of wood. Seriously, with my last drill press, these holes would have taken about 2 minutes a piece to drill out with how slow they were. And it wasn't due to the bit being dull or anything, because I'm using the same bit here. It was just due to the speed and the lack of torque in it. Once all the holes are drilled, it's time to take it over to sanding, which means it's time for this week's Sanding Thoughts with Dovey Woodcraft. Old-growth redwoods, particularly coastal redwoods, have a rich history marked by both abundance and significant loss due to human activity. Before large-scale logging began in the 1850s, these massive trees would live for thousands of years and thrived across about 2 million acres along California. However, due to the gold rush and many demands for lumber, the vast majority of 95% of these 2 million acres were harvested in a matter of 50 years. Coastal redwoods are the world's largest living trees, and today amongst them, Hyperion is known as the world's largest living tree, rising to 115 meters tall or 380 feet. It is thought to be around 800 years old, and the exact location of which is kept as a secret, as the Redwood National Park in Humboldt County has kept it a secret due to devastating habitat destruction around Hyperion, which means visitors who do stumble across this tree could face up to 6 months in jail or a $5,000 fine for disturbing it. In stark contrast to Hyperion, the wood that we're using in today's project is from a redwood that was thought to be around 2,300 years old when it was felled back in 1860. After sanding is all wrapped up, I'll go ahead and use my hand plane to add a little chamfer on the edge of these to add a little bit of modern detail, and then some Prolux spray lacquer finish on all of these to finish them up. These are very porous as they're redwood, so it will take about 5 coats to finish these. And once dry, this project is all finished.
And there you go, the project is complete. I went ahead and made an extra maple one out of some maple burl and some walnut as well. So all you do is put a glass tube into the holes, and then your flower or bud goes into the glass tube, and that's it. It's a super simple project, but something every woodworker can do. It allows you to learn how to create straight edges and straight cuts, sanding properly. So like with the burl, you can make sure you get to see all the beautiful grain by sanding correctly. You're using a drill press and you're using the right sizes for the cut. So it really is a good versatile project for a beginner. Now, what do I sell these for? I kind of sell them for what I recommend by tube. So for example, 2 tubes I sell for 30, 3 tubes I sell for 40, and so on. I do make a 1 tube version that I'll sell for $20, but yeah, that's pretty easy, a really simple project for you to do for your craft fairs, for your markets, for retail stores. I sell these at a local retail store as well, so they are a great option. I want to say thank you to my friends over at Vevor for sending me out the drill press for my review. I really appreciate that, and it's a great tool for my side shop. I don't need a huge one. I don't need a really fancy. I just need something to drill some holes for my cribbage boards, for my bud vases, and anything else that I'm working on. So I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. I have another video coming out next week, a recap of my 1 year on YouTube. And then after that, I'm going to take a little bit of a break for the month of June, which we'll talk about in the next video. So I hope to see you soon next week. And until then, bye-bye.